Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very special interview with my man Parker, but I don't want to give it all away. I'll have you introduce yourself, Parker.
All right, I'm Parker. I graduated Bayport in 2025. I took a gap year. Um, didn't think I was gonna play any sports anymore. Ready to be done, but then just recent thoughts. Been considering replaying for a D3 college, a local D3 college, and so uh, to get ready for that, I've spent the last 3 months working with Jacob, getting trained and all ready for that.
Yes, sir, bro. Love to see it. So before we start training, so I know 3 months ago now, talk to me about like where your athleticism was at that time.
This is probably like the most least athletic I've probably been since like my freshman year of high school. Like when I graduated, um, like I didn't work. I didn't like. I really stopped working out like all the way to June from like till January actually. Like there was like little to no like sports being played, so I got like a lot slower, fatter, weaker.
I got you, bro. So kind of looking before, did you end up doing like any training at all, or what had you tried like in the past, even with Bayport, in that regard for training?
Um, Before I came to you, like it wasn't even like athletic movements. Like it was like I was just doing like regular workouts, just trying to build some strength back. I mean, I didn't really know what my speed was because um I hadn't been working out at Synergy, so I had no idea like where I was at. Um and then like for Bayport wise, like I was like the program and the weightlifting we do there, like I just did like the weightlifting class and then obviously with track, helping out with speed. Um, I was like probably the best I've ever been at the end of senior year, but then like after that there was that drop off.
I got you, bro. I got you. So then, kind of what stood out to you, whether it was like kind of seeing me on Instagram first, that made you interested in the entire thing we had going on over here?
Um, Honestly, it was your just talking about like your speed program, like dropping the 40. Um, because that was honestly my biggest concern. Like if I want to get back, like I didn't think strength was necessarily going to be an issue, just because I feel like that's probably one of the easier things to fix. Um, but like speed, like especially like where I was at, like I don't go running for 8 months. It's gonna take a big toll. And that's I feel like speed is kind of where you separate yourself too from like being like that mediocre player. So when I saw your Instagrams about like your speed program, that really interested me.
For sure, bro. I like it. I like it. Then looking all the way back to the start, I know when we first kind of hopped onto a call, what doubts did you end up having like coming into the program?
Um, Honestly, like the first thing I looked at, like when we were like talking about price and like value, like I'm about to invest money. Like, is this really is what I'm gaining out of what you're giving me worth that much money?
Hmm.
Honestly, I do it over every single time because you're not. It's not just like you're working out. Like you're learning things. You're properly training, properly eating, and so like it's kind of just like that journey and like what you take out of it, and it's really like it's a worthy investment for sure.
For sure, bro. I'm glad that you feel that way because I know we spend a lot of times on things obviously outside just the working out and how do we basically turn yourself back into a football ready player and then going from there with the entire process. So I mean, what made you say yes anyway and jump into it?
Um, I would say it was like kind of my like it was like my desire almost like this is like what I wanted to do, and let's say I had later regrets like hey I don't want to play football, like at least I took that chance, um, to at least give myself the opportunity to do so.
Mhm.
So like either way, like I was getting value from just being more athletic. because like I'm still young, so like it benefits other things outside of sports. But yeah, it just kind of like set me up for opportunities. Is what I'd say.
Definitely, bro. And kind of what made you decide to work with me over like doing it on your own or working with someone else?
I've never really worked out like on my own when it came to like sports training, and so I don't really have like an ego when it comes to like I know what I'm doing necessarily for like working out. Like I've always taken
Mhm.
off like the internet, but then like not everything you take off the internet is gonna work. It might work for
Yeah,
other
for
people,
sure.
but like to set up your like a specific workouts, like you're just not gonna like I was always uh kind of just focused on like our school training because like our coaches obviously put time into that. So um I took like I decided to go with you because like your personal experience, your research. Like I watched some of your videos, like you had a 7 hour video
Yeah,
about like this whole thing. And I was like, that's dedication right there. Like
sure.
this isn't a guy that's gonna he's not sitting there for making a 7 hour video for nothing. So
Definitely.
um that's kind of like where I gained even more trust and why I picked you over other like sources.
For sure. I like it, bro. I appreciate you being honest.
Yep.
Saying looking back to the start, like what specifically do you feel like you need to work on the most with this entire process?
Um honestly, I'll go with speed and like my mentality. Cause like at that time, like I was like just mentally not like locked in for any sort of like hard training. Like after that huge break, like it was just like I got lazy. And then obviously with my speed, like that was gonna be a hard part too, because it's like when I'm slower than I was, like it's so hard working so hard just to get back to where you were.
Mhm.
But then like once you get there, you're like now everything from here is progress.
For sure.
So um that was definitely like my biggest like challenge like right away.
I got you, bro. It makes a lot of sense. So then, I guess, like, looking back, I know kind of a while ago, but back to really, like, week 1, day 1, what do you feel changed right away, or what did we implement that helped you out the most? Or even any things that didn't work out great right away?
Um my diet definitely like there were some struggles with like energy drinks at the time because like my work, but we ended up fixing that. My protein intake for sure. Like I'm definitely eating like 60 more grams of protein a day than I was
Sure.
before. Um, strength like right away. Like I was definitely getting a lot stronger like in that first month. Um, and then also just consistency, like sticking to a schedule and being able to adjust. Like let's say like I miss a day, like I'll do it on Saturday now. But just being able to get all those workouts in like every week.
Definitely, dude. Definitely. I think a lot of it comes down to kind of the environment we put you in and actually having someone to guide you through the whole process instead of kind of doing what you were doing, just do it on your own. I mean, you definitely could have seen some results, but
Hmm.
probably not as much with not having the guidance or the support when things went wrong. You'd be all on your own through the entire process.
Yep.
So then, I mean, how do you feel now as like a player and a person 3 months compared to 3 months ago?
Um, I feel like a lot more confident, a lot stronger, a lot faster, but I still feel like there's more to do. And so I feel comfortable though, just because like we still have so much time to
For sure.
get that done.
Definitely, bro. Yeah, we're in a really good spot right now. So tell people what the actual results were.
Um,
If you remember off the top of your head, or I can
yeah,
rip them
no,
off
I think I
too.
remember my 40 at the time. It was like a 5.28, and now we're at like
Mhm.
a high 4.7.
Yes, sir.
Um, 40 the 5.10.5 we were at a 4.9, and then we ran a 4.16. I
Yes,
think.
fair. Crushed it. Yeah, that's right.
Um, 7 or 7. Yeah. Oh no, L drill.
Yeah,
We went from an 8-2 to a 7-2, I think.
yeah, yeah. We crushed it, bro. We crushed it with that one.
Yep. And then broad jump, we went from I think the first one was 7-11, and then we got 9-1 the
Yeah,
like last week or whatever.
yeah, bro. Absolutely smoked it, bro.
Yeah.
That those numbers, that's not something you see every day, bro. So obviously I'm really proud of what you did. I mean, it's kind of a testament to the hard work you put in, just putting that in the right direction with where we need to go and actually having a system that
Mhm.
made a lot of sense for you then.
Yep.
Yes, sir, bro. So then kind of looking back to the start again, like what beliefs did you have maybe about like online training before you got started with this?
Like, what were my beliefs on like your
Yeah.
training? Or just
No, kind of just like online training in general before you had talked to me, but we're considering it obviously like what kind of beliefs or like doubts did you even have that maybe like online training wasn't as good as an in person or something like that?
um like one of my doubts is I didn't know like we would do like like the weekly meetings and stuff.
Hmm.
So I honestly had a feeling that I'd start getting lazy during the online sessions, and because it's online, like people can lie and like say,
Yeah,
yes, I did this. But or like I didn't feel like you'd be able to hold me like accountable for things and like really um change things. But and just like online trainers in general, because like in person, like that person's there with you, like they can see, they can like everything you're doing.
hmm,
Um they definitely changed like throughout our the first 3 months here. Um especially with like the calls, like the talks about problems we're having, like sending in videos of our workouts to fix like form and stuff. So and to see like improvement. So it's definitely changed my perspective on that.
definitely, bro. I love to see it. I love to see. Obviously, I want to make sure there's everything accounted for that we can make sure it's even better than in-person trainer, that you get the support whenever you need it. We have the calls and everything like that because obviously I understand you're responsible enough to be able to do the work on your own, but now the actual coaching and all the support outside of it is obviously beneficial for you there.
Yeah.
Now, looking at someone on the outside of who's not actually in the program yet, so what type of like recruit do you feel like this could be the right fit for? And then which one do you feel like maybe this isn't the right fit for?
Um it's definitely for someone who like actually like wants it. Like it I mean, that's pretty broad, but like people like know like if you're lazy and you're not gonna like with the online coaching, if you're not gonna keep yourself accountable, it's probably not for you. Um but like someone who is like because it depends on their goals. Like you help with so many things like strength, speed, even like the mental aspect,
Mhm,
goals. So like people who have like something in mind, like they have a goal or they're working towards an opportunity, whether it's one of those four categories, it's definitely for them.
for
Um
sure.
and like even if there's doubts too, like we've had so many talks about like what we're thinking and stuff. So um it's definitely for people who want to take that next step, like that aren't content with where they're at, but they know like they definitely could be better.
Love to see it. Yeah, I would say that's really accurate, bro. Then who do you think maybe this wouldn't be the right fit for?
Um, definitely just people who aren't self accountable or people who don't want to invest in themselves. Like it's an investment, but like it's definitely worth it. Like its value is worth it, and people who have like that ego, like they think
Mm,
I can do this on my own, like self train. And maybe some people can, but it's definitely not for people who are gonna finish the workouts, eat what eat right, or like be like mentally preparing themselves. Um, it's probably not gonna work for them.
yeah. For sure, bro. I think kind of hit it on the head there with the guys who want to do it themselves. Like you definitely see results that way. But what I found with every athlete that I've worked with in my personal experience of going D1, the guys who succeed are the ones who have the most resources with them and understand there's other guys out there who can do it better than themselves and are looking for help to find that. So yeah, you hit it right on the head with that one, bro.
Yep.
Then what would you say to someone who's on the fence about doing this? Maybe they've seen my content a little bit, maybe they're interested, but they're still a little hesitant and on the fence.
Yeah, because I even talked to like a few guys, and I like I first like started off like my experiences, like, hey, like we work on like injury prevention, like we're making sure like we're safe, um, and like you, um, your workouts are like specific to what your goals are. Like it's not
Mhm.
just for speed. Like you do strength, you do these other things, and so um, I definitely tell them that like whatever it is that you're struggling with can be fixed. Like whether you're struggling with the speed, the strength, mental aspect, just preparing what you're eating, like he'll help like your program like helps maximize that, and honestly like just makes you a better player.
Love to see it, bro. I love to see it. Then is there anything else you would want to leave the viewers with here?
Um, if you're like genuinely questioning like if this is like worth it, like the investment is worth it, it's worth it. Like um, it's a journey, it's a progress. Obviously, it's not going to happen like the second you join, but it like it, your character changes throughout like the 3 months, and like
Definitely, bro.
there's just like it's such a bigger aspect than just like working out. So um, it definitely it's taken like me to like the next level, and I'm excited to see where the next 3 months go. So
Sure.
um, yeah, I definitely would recommend it.
Yes, sir, bro. I appreciate those words, my man.
Yeah, of course.
Then obviously AI is rampant nowadays. Want to make sure you're a real person, Parker. So where can they find you on Instagram?
They can find me at like my username is pjetty.
Yes, sir. Love to see it, bro. Love to see it. Well, I appreciate you getting on here and letting the people know your thoughts, man.